Chapter 16, Problem 18. Which of the following statements is or are false? Number 1, hexagonal closest packed structure is ABAB. Well, what do we mean by that? If you look at the ABAB structure, that's down here at the bottom, what that means is if you look at one layer of atoms and then the next layer of atoms, they're not right on top of each other. So they alternate. So this would be like the first layer, and then the second layer would be the blue, but then it goes back to the first layer again. So this is kind of confusing when you look at it. So I would know by heart that hexagonal closest packed is ABAB, but cubic closest packed is ABC. So just a little mnemonic here. Cubic closest packed starts with a C, and ABC has a C. Hexagonal closest packed starts with a H. There's no H in ABAB, but just got to go with it. Okay, so statement number 1 is true, but we're looking for false statements. So we want to get rid of anything with a 1 in it. Number 2, a body-centered cubic unit cell has 4 atoms per unit cell. So if you go over to this table on the right here, body-centered cubic has 2 atoms per unit cell, not 4. So that's false. So we definitely want to keep 2. Number 3, for unit cells having the same edge length, a simple cubic structure would have the smaller density than a body-centered cubic. So density is mass over volume. How do you get the volume of a cube? It's the edge length cubed. So if they have the same edge length, then that means they should have the same volume. So the bottom of our density is the same. It's just going to boil down to the mass. So a simple cubic structure, according to our table, has only 1 atom. But a body-centered cubic has 2 atoms. So if it has 2 atoms, it's going to weigh twice as much in a given amount of space, making it more dense, which is exactly what the statement is saying. So since number 3 is true, we want to get rid of choices with number 3. Now that leaves us just with E, but let's look at number 4 just so we can delineate. Atoms in solid consisting of only 1 element would have 6 nearest neighbors if the crystal structure was a simple cubic array. So the number of nearest neighbors is called the coordination number. And the coordination number can be either, you could see here, 6, 8, or 12, depending on what type of unit cell. So since it said simple cubic is 6. So that's a true statement. And remember, we're looking for false statements. So the only false statement is statement 2.